This is a 1989 Ford Mustang that I've been working on for a number of years. Been trying to maintain it as best as possible, and as you can see, there's a couple upgrades that I've done to it. I'll do a walk around and explain some of those. So the current thing I'm working on now is finishing the satin black and silver inset paint job. So I've gone with more of a metallic gray on the trim instead of the satin black, since I have a satin black car. I'm not going for the highlight or for the blacked out look. So we're a little dark there, so I'll back up and show some of the rest of the car. So notice that it's actually a 5-lug conversion. I used the 2000 Mustang style front and rear suspension. I ditched the back seat since it's about 100% useless anyway, and went with the RJS buckle, kind of the buggy style seat belts. Replaced the 1989 stuff that may or may not even work. So the rear axle I used a 2000 Mustang, and it's about 2 inches wider. I think that's the general rule of thumb. That's about what I measured to. So I come back and went with a V6 wheels, and that like the 05 or whatever V6 wheels, and that spaced me back where I needed to be so it wouldn't stick out and look goofy. Also did all the brake conversion. That got me the rear disc brakes, and then I did the front disc brakes with the twin piston PBR calipers. And boy, that's a way better upgrade than the old 4-cylinder stuff this thing had originally. So I used the lower control arms from the 2000 model Mustang. That got me a little bit more camber. You can't see where it is now, but I'm at 1.9 degrees on one side and 2.1 on the other side. So that really helps out on the handling. Alright, well that's all for this video. I'll try to show some updates while I'm getting this thing sanded down and painted. It originally come with a 4-cylinder engine in it, so as you see, that's not quite a 4-cylinder anymore. It's actually, I think, a 1988 Crown Vic 302 non-HO we stuffed down in there, and it actually turned out to work pretty good. A couple mods on it. One of the nicest things I've done is put the Explorer intake on there. I think this is like a 99 2000 Explorer intake without the EGR on it, which I just put the factory EGR on there and plugged it in so the computer thinks it's doing something. Might have noticed down in there the orange injectors. That's off the same thing, kind of like a 99 Explorer with a 4-hole. This thing does pretty good gas mileage and a little bit of a fun car to drive. That's why I kept this thing. It works, it's fun. Got the electric fan upgrade. My radiator went out and I found the all aluminum radiators for one of the Mustang stores for around $100, so that works pretty good. It's a little thicker, so with the electric fan, try to get a shot down in here. There's not a lot of room between the water pump pulley and the fan. Probably not going to be able to see that without a light. So it gets a little close there. I might see if I can reclock that motor whenever I take the engine out and rebuild it, since this thing has some ridiculous amount of miles on it. But it works for now, so that'll be something to do later. I'm working on paint right now. Probably not going to do the hood or engine bay till I pull the engine out. I'm going to get the exterior all in one color instead of the gray primer, red primer mix with little bits of blue showing. So I hope you like it. I'll try to keep you posted on what I'm doing with it. I think for the future build, just completely rebuild the engine and transmission. It's an automatic transmission, by the way, for y'all who are wondering, one of the AODs. Finishing the paint job that I started about a year ago on it, just kind of doing it by piece. As you can tell, I'm in my garage, just kind of a do-it-yourselfer. So I got some of the tape done on there. You can see what I'm doing. I'm doing my little inset on the bumper guards, door guards. Also going to do a stripe down the edge of the hood. I saw this on a picture when I looked it up online with a satin black Mustang where there's a red stripe about like that. So I'm going to use my silver and replicate that idea. So this white paper stuff I'm using is a product I said to use. It's super tough, so it has kind of a cloth on one side and then just a plastic on the back side, and it's actually kind of thick, so it's easy to work with. And as you can see, I just lay it wherever I want to, and I can draw around it and just cut it out as I need to. So that's kind of nice. It comes in a 4x10 sheet is what I got, 4 foot by 10 foot. So I got a lot of coverage on here. As you can see, I did a pretty good portion of the car, and it's, I think, $5. So it probably saved me a lot of time. Here's one of the things I did that actually worked out pretty good was the quarter glass. Got that all in one piece instead of trying to go through and use 5 sheets of the paper rolled out to try to get it done, or waste a whole bunch of paper to get it done. So there was one other thing I wanted to show now that I got the wheels off. One of the other videos I said that I upgraded to the twin piston PBR using the 2000 Mustang setup. So that's what those look like on there. I actually used a 2000 Mustang control arm which pushes the camber out, so it gives me more range of adjustment. I can adjust it back to where the factoring settings are, but I have a lot more camber in if I want to do so as well. So what I did to use this was I did the spindle off the 2000 Mustang or the SN95. One of the things that you got to do is upgrade to the hub here instead of the old style. So it's a hub and just a hat rotor to use these. So to accommodate that spindle and everything being a little wider on my rack and pinion, I went and used the SN95 inner and outer tie rod end to give me enough adjustment. Otherwise it was just pigeon-toed in, and I ran out of adjustment with the Fox body stuff. I think you can use both SN95 inner tie rods, but you got to use a Fox body outer tie rod if I remember right to get the adjustment correct. I've done this on another Fox body before, use a SN95 rack and a couple other components doing this brake upgrade. So that's all I have for now, so update coming soon.